Yo, sit down for this one because the internet is on fire right now, and trust me, you ain't heard drama like this. We're talking betrayal, shade, humiliation, and the fall of one of the biggest names in the game, Drake. That's right. Champagne Papi just took an L so massive. People saying he might not ever recover. And who delivered the knockout punch? None other than NBA royalty, LeBron James, and Twitch king Cenat. Yup, you heard that right too? Of the most unexpected names just tag-teamed and publicly embarrassed. The sixth god in a way nobody saw coming. It all went down. After a series of petty dimes, leaked text messages, and a surprise live stream that exposed way more than anybody bargained for. Drake thought he was the puppet master, but turns out he was just another pawn in a game of public humiliation. LeBron aired him out like never before, and Kai took it to another level. The internet's saying this might be Drake's Kanye moment. Fans are shocked. Celebs are choosing sides, and the OVO camp, completely silent. Buckle up, cause what went down behind the scenes is wilder than any rap beef, and we're diving deep into all of it right now, so let's take it back to how this whole thing even started, because the way it unfolded, nobody saw it coming. Not the fans, not the blogs, not even Drake himself. And that's what makes it so insane. It all started at a private event in Lawsome Loki after party at a billionaire's house in the hills. People in the room say Drake pulled up already feeling himself. He was in his usual beguised out entourage deep, taking over every corner like he owned the place. But what he didn't know was that LeBron and Cenat had been talking behind the scenes. And Drake's name had come up in a way that was not flattering. Now, Kai had just come off his historic stream with 21 Savage, and he was hotter than ever. Everybody wanted to be in his orbit. But behind the scenes, Kai was feeling some type of way about Drake. See, months earlier, Kai had reached out to Drake's team about doing a surprise collab stream. Drake left him on red. Not once, not twice, but 3 separate times. And the street's been whispering Drake didn't want to share the spotlight. Some even say he told his team, and I quote, "He ain't on my level. Let him stream with the B-listers." So fast forward to that night in LA, and the energy was already off. Drake sees Kai across the room dapping up LeBron. They laughing, vibing heavy, and Drake. He starts side-eyeing. Then it happens, LeBron walks past Drake without even acknowledging him. Like full ghost mode. Didn't even nod. Now if you know LeBron and Drake's history, you know that's unusual. They've been tight for years. Courtside seats. Birthday shoutouts. Drake even performed at Bronny's Sweet 16. But that night? Silence. Sources at the party say Drake tried to play it cool, but his ego, bruised, you could tell. He pulled his boy Chubbs to the side and whispered something. And Chubbs immediately started scanning the room like something was about to go down. Now, here's where it gets messy. Kai, being Kai, was already on IG Live Loki. Not full stream, just close friends story. Filming LeBron vibing and dropping little comments like we outside with legends. Not the ones who ghost you. Fans didn't catch it immediately, but people who knew the drama, they knew exactly who he meant. By the next morning, the clip had leaked. Someone screen-recorded Kai's story and posted it to X with the caption, "Drake just got shaded by the same dude he curved." And boom, Twitter erupted. Memes flew. Fans started digging up old tweets, old clips, receipts. It became a full-blown timeline expose. Suddenly, everyone remembered how Kai once said Drake was his dream stream guest. And now the narrative flipped. From fanboy to savage. And Drake. He stayed silent for a full day. No tweets, no stories, not even a cryptic caption. And when Drake goes quiet, that's when the drama's really brewing. Because word on the street was he was planning a response. A diss track, not a tweet, but something more strategic. Something corporate. Something calculated. Now, here's where LeBron enters the chat for real. 2 days after the party, LeBron goes live on Uninterrupted, doing one of his usual motivational rants. Except this time, He drops a line that had people's jaws on the floor. Mid-sentence, he goes, "You gotta show love to the next generation, even if you think they ain't on your level. 'Cause real kings uplift, not gatekeep." The chat went insane. People were tagging Drake left and right. Was this the king of the NBA calling out the Prince of Toronto? Fans said yes. Even celebrities started chiming in. Meek Mill liked the post. Joe Budden reposted it with the caption, "Shots fired." And then came the twist nobody expected. A leaked voicemail. It dropped on a burner page late at night, one of those anonymous accounts that always seems to have the tea. It was allegedly a recording of Drake talking to one of his team members, venting about the whole situation. And in the clip, he allegedly says, "LeBron choosing Twitch kids over me. Cool. Guess loyalty got a price now." Fans went crazy. It wasn't confirmed, but the voice sounded like Drake, and the timing to perfect. The clip spread like wildfire. Shade Room, academics, Hollywood Unlocked, everyone picked it up. By now, the internet had picked sides. Team Drake or Team Kai and Bron. And believe me, the divide was messy. Kai's fans flooded Drake's comments with goat emojis and left-on-read jokes. Drake's stans clapped back, saying Kai was chasing clout and Drake didn't owe him a stream. Even Snoop Dogg posted a meme saying not the OGs get insensitive over live streams. It was pure chaos. And right when people thought it might die down, Kai did the unthinkable. He dropped a full-blown parody skit on stream. Dressed up like Drake with an OVO hoodie, a fake beard, and some heart-shaped cutouts in his hairline. He recreated the leaked voicemail, but made it exaggerated and dramatic. Fake crying and yelling, "Why LeBron ain't call me back." The chat exploded. Drake's fans said it was disrespectful. Kai's fans said it was comedy gold. But one thing was clear, this wasn't just petty. This was personal. Then came the moment that really broke the internet. LeBron reposted Kai's parody skit with 3 crying laughing emojis and the caption, "Lol, you wild." That was it. The line had officially been crossed. Because that meant LeBron was not only acknowledging the disrespect, but co-signing it. A man who Drake once called family just publicly laughed at him being mocked. Inside. Sources close to Drake say he was heated, not angry, betrayed. He allegedly texted LeBron that night, a long message that started with "after everything" and ended with "I guess some people love an audience more than they love their brothers." LeBron didn't respond, not with a message. But the next day, he posted a picture with Kai courtside at the Lakers game. No caption, just vibes. No caption, just vibes. And at that point, fans said it straight up, Drake was getting clowned on by 2 of the biggest names in entertainment. And he had no comeback. No post, no diss. Just silence. And you could feel the shift. The aura around Drake wasn't the same. The confidence, the untouchable vibe. It was starting to crack. Fans were asking, is the sixth god losing his power? And then, just when it seemed like Drake might finally speak up, ... something else dropped, and then, just when it seemed like Drake might finally speak up, ... something else dropped. A video, not from Drake, not from LeBron, not from Kai. This time it was from a mutual friend of all three, a name most people didn't even know was connected to the drama until now. Odell Beckham Jr. What most people didn't realize is that Odell had been in the middle of this triangle the whole time. He's close with Drake, like real close. They got years of history. Drake even let Odell live at his house in Calabasas during rehab. But Odell's also tight with LeBron. They work out together, vacation together, even invested in businesses together. And recently, Odell started showing up on Cenat's streams too. Real low-key, but it was happening. So when Odell posted a 12-minute vlog to YouTube titled Loyalty, Fame, and Fake Friends, people knew it wasn't random. In the video, Odell never says names directly. But fans ain't dumb. They connected the dots fast. He talks about how some people use brotherhood until it doesn't serve them anymore. And how others get mad when the spotlight shifts away from them. The most damning part? Odell said, "I watched someone I used to love like a brother turn on everybody the moment the internet didn't worship him for a week. Like he forgot who was there when the cameras were off." The comment section was pure chaos. Drake fans were furious. They said Odell was being messy, stirring the pot just to go viral. But others praised him for keeping it real. And more importantly, fans started speculating, was this proof that more people in Drake's circle were turning against him? And behind the scenes, Drake wasn't taking it well. Insiders said he felt like he was being ganged up on, not just by LeBron and Kai, but by people he considered family. People who had eaten at his table, flown on his jet, worn his clothes, lived in his house. And now they were either mocking him or staying silent. What made it worse was that Kai was now doubling down. Instead of backing off, he went full steam ahead. 2 days after Odell's video, Kai did a 12-hour stream where he invited fans to submit their best Drake parody skits. He even offered $5,000 to the funniest one. It was a whole event. They called it Drake Off. People dressed up as Drake, fake crying about being left out, lip-syncing to his emotional tracks, and acting like he was begging to be let back into Kai's circle. One dude even brought a fake LeBron on stream and did a whole fake apology scene. It was brutal. Funny to some, humiliating to others, and the wildest part: this wasn't just a joke anymore. Brands were watching. Media outlets were covering it like a full-blown feud. Spotify even tweeted, "Who you streaming tonight? Six God or Twitch God?" with a little side-eye emoji. Kai quote tweeted it and said, "Twitch God in the building," and that tweet alone got over 300,000 likes. People weren't just laughing at Drake, they were ranking him below streamers. And for someone whose whole image is built on dominance, status, and being the guy, that hit deep. One industry insider claimed Drake started pulling back from events. He was supposed to show up at a fashion show in Paris. Cancelled. He was scheduled to appear at a private Nike launch. Ghosted. Even his Instagram started looking different. No fresh selfies. No flexing captions. Just old pics and cryptic lines like "trust nobody, not even the ones you fed." Then, in the midst of all this, Drake did something nobody expected. He posted a screenshot of a DM, just one. No caption. It was from Cenat from 2 years ago. It said, "Big bro, you inspire me. Would love to have you on stream one day. Would mean the world." Fans were shook. Some called it petty. Others said it was desperate. But one thing was clear: Drake wanted the world to know. Kai used to look up to him. And now, that fan had turned into a mocker. But the internet, they didn't side with Drake. The comments were ruthless. People said, "This, you?" and reposted all the times Drake curved Kai. Others wrote, "You ignored him when he was hungry. Now he's eating at your table without you." The vibe had shifted. Drake wasn't the underdog. He was the villain in his own story. And then, boom. Another twist. Cenat went quiet for 5 straight days. No streams, no tweets, no clips. His fans started worrying. Even his crew didn't know what was going on. Until one night, he went live. No jokes, no costumes, just Kai in his room. And what he said changed everything. He starts the stream like this: "I want to be real wit y'all tonight." No laughs, no trolling, just me. Off the top, he took a deep breath and said, "A lot of y'all think I'm beefing with Drake. But the truth is, I looked up to him for years. I still got Take Care on vinyl. But the problem is, he never looked at me like a real one. Like I was just a little internet dude. Like I wasn't valid. And that hurt." He went on to explain how being ignored, being mocked, being dismissed it made him angry. Not for clout, but because he wanted respect. Real respect. "I ain't need him to stream with me," he said. "I needed him to see me, okay?" And then he paused, looked at the camera, and dropped this line: "Funny how the ones who ignore you always want to speak after you shine." Fans were emotional. Some cried. Some said Kai was being honest in a way most celebs aren't. Even people who sided with Drake before were like, "Okay, this hit different." The clip went viral within minutes. LeBron liked the stream. Odell reposted it with a simple line, "That's growth." And just like that, the power balance shifted again. Drake was no longer the one under attack. He was now the one being examined. People started pulling up other stories, old beefs, how he allegedly did the same to other rising stars Tory Lanez, Dave from the UK, even the weekend before he popped. Suddenly, this wasn't just about Kai. It was about Drake's whole pattern, and behind the scenes, Drake knew it. Insiders say he started making calls, trying to do damage control. He reached out to Kai privately, tried to explain himself. "It was never personal," he allegedly wrote. "I was just moving too fast. Didn't mean to make you feel like you weren't seen." But Kai didn't reply. Instead, ... He posted one word on Twitter, "Noted," and the internet went wild again. When Kai tweeted that one word, "noted," you could feel the internet freeze for a second. No emojis, no follow-up, no explanation. Just a quiet dismissal of a global superstar trying to make peace. And somehow that hit harder than any diss track or live stream. It wasn't loud, it wasn't flashy, but it was loud in silence. It said, "I heard you, but I ain't forget." Drake fans immediately went into panic mode. They tried to spin it, saying Kai was being immature, holding grudges, making things bigger than they needed to be. But deep down, people knew what it was. This wasn't about a stream. It wasn't even about LeBron anymore. It was about pride, about respect, about a man who had been on top for so long. He forgot what it felt like to answer to anyone. And that's when things got darker for Drake. Over the next few days, more influencers, streamers, and even rappers started sharing their own Drake stories. Suddenly, it wasn't just Kai. There were whispers from producers who said Drake ghosted them after promising collabs. Small artists who said he used their sound never credited them. One viral TikToker said she had a DM convo with Drake, where he asked for a shout-out, then blocked her when she asked for compensation. The hashtag #DrakeGate started trending, with thousands of users sharing mini stories, whether real or exaggerated, all painting the same picture. A superstar who takes, but rarely gives back. Even Drake's inner circle started looking shaky. His longtime photographer unfollowed him. One of his backup dancers liked to post shading him. Even Chubbs, his ride or die since day one, stopped being seen with him in public. That alone sent fans into conspiracy mode. If Chubbs isn't riding, something's seriously wrong. But the biggest betrayal came from a place no one expected: his own father. Dennis Graham, aka Drake's Pops, went on Instagram Live late one night, half sipping a glass of whiskey, half ranting in real time. He didn't say much, but what he did say sent shockwaves. Sometimes you raise a boy into a man, and then the man forgets who raised him. Can't treat people like they disposable and expect loyalty forever. Fans couldn't believe it. Drake's own dad, low-key shading his son. Media outlets ran with it. TMZ, Shade Room, Baller Aller all posted clips. Fans were dissecting Dennis's words, body language, and even background music, trying to decode hidden meaning. It wasn't confirmed he was talking about Drake. But let's be real. Who else would he be talking about at a time like this? Drake, now officially under fire from every angle, finally broke his silence. Not with a tweet, not with a stream, but with something way more old-schooler: surprise release. No promo, no announcement. Just a midnight drop called Scorpio's Lament on SoundCloud. The cover art? A blurry picture of a lion with its head down in the rain. It's dramatic, cinematic, pure Drake. The track was everything you'd expect. Emotional piano, moody vocals. Lines like, "When did loyalty become a coin toss? When did little bro turn to coin ops?" It wasn't a diss track. It was a pain track. He called out fake friends, internet fame, and feeling used. But there were bars clearly aimed at Kai and LeBron. You play ball but forgot who gave you the courtside. You stream games but forgot who gave you the cosign. Fans were divided. Some said it was a beautiful return to form. Others said it sounded like a man gaslighting his way through public accountability. Kai didn't respond. LeBron didn't respond. But the silence. Louder than words. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, labels were worried. Insiders say Universal wasn't happy with the way Drake handled things. The drama was starting to affect brand deals, playlist placements, and public perception. Apple Music didn't feature his new track on any of their main pages. Spotify placed it low on Rap Caviar. Fans noticed. Blogs started speculating was the industry turning its back on the golden child. Then came the next hit, this time from someone who'd been quiet the whole time. J. Cole. Cole, who had previously toured with Drake and even appeared on For All the Dogs, suddenly removed all references to Drake from his Instagram. The collab post, gone. The tour highlights, deleted. And then, like clockwork, Cole posted a video of him in the studio with Kai Cenat. The internet imploded. What was Kai doing in J. Cole's studio? Was this about music, or was Cole choosing sides? Fans argued for days, but then Cole cleared the air on a surprise Twitch appearance with Kai. During the stream, Cole said, "I see you, bro. I see what you're doing. And it's beautiful. The culture need more voices like yours." He didn't name Drake once. But that was enough. He had chosen his side. At this point, it wasn't just a beef, it was a collapse. One by one, the pillars around Drake were crumbling. Artists he put on, going silent. Platforms he once dominated, now giving him lukewarm support. The fan base, divided like never before. And the final blow came from his own city, a Toronto radio station, one that had always played Drake's songs on repeat. Literally helped put him on the map, announced. Live on air, they were temporarily suspending all Drake tracks for the week in support of upcoming Canadian talent. They didn't mention Kai directly, but fans didn't need a map. The message was clear, even the Six has turned its back on the Six God. Drake went ghost again. No stories. No cryptic lines. No surprise features. He was missing from his own narrative. Meanwhile, Kai and LeBron were thriving. Kai landed a major deal with Nike, partially brokered by LeBron. The campaign, Game recognizes game. Fans immediately connected the dots. A subliminal jab at Drake. Absolutely. And in the launch video, Kai walks past a wall of TVs showing old music videos, one of which clearly resembled a classic. Drake visual butt, glitching and fading out. Fans screamed. The shade was undeniable. LeBron posted a behind-the-scenes clip from the shoot, saying, "Always love to put the next ones on. Ken, no names, just vibes." But at this point, the writing was on the wall. And while the world watched Kai ascend to new heights, Drake, well, he was nowhere to be found. No pat pics. No appearances. No music. Fans began to ask the unthinkable. Was this the beginning of the end for Drake? While the world debated whether Drake was truly done for behind the scenes, the situation was spiraling fast. Multiple sources close to Uvo insiders started talking off the record, hush-hush DMs, burner accounts dropping clues. And they all said the same thing. Drake wasn't just laying low. He was breaking down. Apparently, he'd retreated to his Toronto mansion, barely talking to anyone. No studio visits, no team meetings, no phone calls unless it was with his mom. And even that, barely happening. One insider said, man was pacing for hours, just walking around that big house, playing Marvin's Room on repeat like it was 2011 again. And while fans were speculating online, posting memes, making jokes, calling him Drake the Recluse, the real damage was happening inside, emotionally, mentally, and then it got worse because the next person to speak out was 40. Yes, that 40, Noah Shabib. Drake's right hand since day one. The guy who crafted the sound of Take Care. Nothing was the same, if you're reading this. More than a producer, he was family. In a rare move, 40 posted a long, carefully worded thread on X. No anger, no drama, just pain. He wrote, "I've stood beside a friend, a brother, for over 15 years. But lately, it's been hard to recognize the man I once knew. Ego has a way of isolating us. It tells us we're kings when we're really lost." He never said Drake's name. But come on, who else could it be? The last tweet in the thread read, "Sometimes, in order to grow, we've got to lose everything that made us feel untouchable." On that was the moment the internet knew. Drake was truly alone. No Kai, no LeBron, came from someone who had stayed silent the whole time. Sophie Brusso, yes. Drake's baby mama, out of nowhere. Sophie posted a black and white photo of their son Adonis, holding a handwritten note. It read, "I love my dad. He's the best even when people are mean to him." The caption, "Real ones always remember who shows up for them." Fans melted, some cried. Even the haters had to admit that one post felt more real than all the fake. Loyalty floating around, and for the first time in weeks, Drake posted again, not music, not a diss, just a simple video of him and Adonis playing basketball in the backyard. No caption, no filters, just vibes. And it hit different dots suddenly. The memes slowed down. The jokes felt forced. The energy shifted. People were reminded, this wasn't just a rapper. He was a human. And just like that, the world started watching again because maybe, just maybe, this wasn't the end. Maybe this was the rebuild. Rumors started swirling that Drake was working on something raw, emotional, unlike anything he's done before. Close friends said he was finally listening instead of talking. Others said he'd reached out to 42 reconcile. Even Kai, in a surprise interview with Complex, said, "I think this might be the best thing that ever happened to him." And fans, they started waiting not for a comeback, but for growth. Because in a world full of fake apologies, silent treatments, and cancel culture, Drake had been humbled, publicly, painfully, and maybe, just maybe, he was gonna come back stronger. But will the world let him? Or is the era of Drake truly over? So now that everything's out in the open, the million-dollar question is this: can Drake ever come back from this? Because yeah, we've seen rap beefs, we've seen fallouts, we've seen egos clash. But this wasn't just a diss. This was a full-blown reputation collapse, with Cenat and LeBron James at the center. And the world watching every second, from leaked DMs to public shade, from ignored opportunities to twisted loyalty. This wasn't about music. This was about respect. And the crazy part? Even now, with all that's happened, some fans are still riding for Drake, while others think his time at the top is officially over. And as for Kai, he's no longer just a streamer. He's a culture shifter now. LeBron co-signed him. Cole tapped in. The brands are paying attention. And he did it all without begging for a feature or clout chasing. The tables turned, and fast. But don't get it twisted. Drake is still Drake. He's been counted out before. And if there's one thing the sixth god knows how to do, it's reinvent himself. So what do you think? Is Drake done for good? Was Kai justified in how he handled it? Did LeBron cross the line by choosing sides? Or was this the wake-up call Drake needed to finally grow? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We need to hear from every side on this. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Because, trust, this story ain't over. This has been real. Stay tapped in, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Peace.